Thank you for tuning in on this Labor Day weekend. I hope everyone is well and safe. This is a tribute video to a friend of mine that I knew. He was killed by gun violence on August the 22nd. So I got the call Thursday, August the 22nd. As soon as I got off from work, I was on my way home. My homeboy called, like, yeah, what's up? You heard about Tolliver? I'm like, no, why? What's up? That Tolliver got killed last night. So that was really devastating to hear. Because of course, knowing Tolliver, he didn't deserve it. Whatever happened at the time, all I knew is that um, he was at an after hours club. One club shut down. They move over to the next club, basically. Club is like 3 minutes away from my house. I never been there, heard about it. Uh, wasn't my type of spot to go to. But either way it goes, so understand that they left from one club, went to this late night after hours club. Guy who used to patron the bar, not club, I'm sorry, it's a bar. The guy who used to patron the bar was told previously not to come back. I guess because of behavioral problem. So he came back anyway. He was asked to leave, and I've got several different stories. Got a story that from the news that he was asked to leave. Um, he left and he came back with a friend. They got into the arguments with the workers of the bar, and this guy put out a gun and started shooting. Now he shot two. He shot four people. Two people died. One was Tolliver Wise. The other one was Christopher Lott. And I'm not exactly sure who was the other two that was wounded. Were they male or female? But they didn't die, but they were wounded. And this was like a senseless killing, only because you were told not to come back into the bar. It's not your bar. What's the real sad part about it is that these two families, the person that did the killing and the victim, Tolliver Wise, they family knew each other for years, even before they were born. They lived in the same area, so the two families knew each other. So I'm not saying that the guy intended to shoot Tolliver. It didn't matter who he shot at the time when he pulled out his gun. He was just shooting. So that kind of devastated me because I met Tolliver around the corner from where I live now at a reggae bar and grill, basically, where they play reggae music. You can shoot pool. They sell Jamaican food, of course, and it's a bar as well. And then on certain nights, it turns into a club. So that's the club that started closing earlier, so people would leave from there and go around the corner to the other club, because it was a more late night club. So I met Tolliver there at the Reggae Grill. He was the security bouncer, helper, whatever you want to call him. That was him. Everyone describes Tolliver basically the same, that he was a fun-loving guy. He wouldn't hurt anyone. Some would say he was a little aggravating at times, but that's the most. And that's he get that nudge out of you. If you didn't want to smile, he gonna make you smile, and then he would leave you alone. So that was Tolliver. So it was really devastating to hear that his life was ended at the age of 29 years old. He was just beginning to live his life. I'm sure that he wouldn't have never thought that he would die by gun violence. That would never have been a thought. But yes, that is a thought now. We have people dying every day by the gun. And with that, I don't understand, seeing that the government is trying to take the guns out of the civilian hands. So what are we to do? Well, I think first we need to learn discipline, how to control our emotions, male and female. Males, you like to say that women have emotional problems, but you're the one that's out there losing your cool and not able to control your emotions and be disciplined and humble. and you're the one out there using the gun more than the female. So we have to learn those tactics first, and everything else will fall into place. We will learn to use the gun for what we need to use it for, which is protection. So we don't give the government a reason to take the guns out of the, I can never say that word, citizens' hands, civilians' hands, so we can't protect ourselves to what may come down the line that we may need it for. So once again, this tribute is to a fallen soldier who died from gun violence August the 22nd at the age of 29, Tolliver Wise. I'm not also going to forget Christopher Lott. He was 36 years old. He also was an innocent bystander that died from that same night. So rest in peace to both of you, and check out the rest of the news clips from this story. It's really heartbreaking because basically I know both of the families, the Wise and the Bethel family. And like I said earlier, they both know each other before these two even were born. So these two families, the Bethel and the Wise, have history with each other. So it's a devastating, tragic thing that happened, and it's for both sides because both people are from good families. It's just misfortunate that this particular individual from the Bethel family had lack of discipline or was possibly on some type of drug, from what I've heard. Sorry he made such a rash decision that is now causing him his life and his family devastation as well. So check out the news clips, the tribute that the Reggae Grill gave to Tolliver Wise, and also McCrae's Bar and Grill gave a tribute as well to both Wise and Lott. And my condolences to both of the families, Lott and the Wise family.
Richland County coroner just named one of the victims killed in a deadly shooting at a bar overnight. Investigators say 29-year-old Tolliver Wise died from a gunshot wound to the upper torso. Deputies responded to McCary's Bar and Grill on Bush River Road around 2:15 this morning. That's where they found 4 victims. 2 have since died, but the suspect no longer on the scene.
Suspected shooter was well known to the bar staff because he was a former patron who had caused a lot of problems in the past, and as a result, he just wasn't welcome at the bar. However, he showed up at about bar time this morning along with an acquaintance. Now, when bar staff noticed he was inside, witnesses say they asked him to leave, and that's when some kind of verbal altercation began, an argument that led to some pushing and shoving, and then witnesses told deputies that the suspect pulled out a pistol and just started firing randomly inside that bar, shooting, I should say, and injuring 4 people. One of those people dying on the scene, as you mentioned, another dying this morning from his injuries.
Ernest Bethel is wanted on 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, and possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. That shooting happened at McCary's Bar and Grill last week, and according to Richland County Coroner Gary Watts, Tolliver Wise and Christopher Lott were both killed.
Homicide suspect who is now in custody in Thomasville after a police chase and a crash.
4 people got hurt.
That suspect is 26-year-old Ernest Bethel, who is wanted for a double homicide in Richland County, South Carolina. Investigators say Bethel shot and killed 2 people and injured 2 others 8 days ago at a restaurant in Columbia, South Carolina. Police say Bethel stole a car in Rowan County and was spotted by Thomasville officers around 2 this afternoon on I-85 northbound. Officers say Bethel tried to speed away, getting off at exit 103, making a right onto Randolph Street, then losing control and crashing into 3 cars. Detectives say he ran away, but officers caught him nearby. 4 people, including a child, were in the vehicles involved in the crash. They're all expected to recover from their injuries. Bethel has been taken to the Davidson County Jail pending extradition by South Carolina authorities.
Remember me like your wildest dreams. The king of all kings, I'm straight from royalty. My blood pumping, ambition and passion. Powers in the pen, so like a captain, I had to take action. Lights, camera, my life's a super bitch. 30 for 30, Mac Wilson. You can get your issue quick. No disrespect, it's tolerated. Soft with his head, I believe the body burning out. Yeah, they gon' remember me. They gon' remember me. Remember me. I can't believe these pussy niggas really doubted me. Remember me. They gon' remember me. Whoa. Remember me. I can't believe these pussy niggas really doubted me. Remember me, you doubted me like I was next. Remember me, you doubted me like I was flex. Remember me like I am legend. Boy, you can't crack my code on something like the Vinci. I'm strapped up like Yosemite. Rockin' all St. Louis with the Fendi. You can check my status, boy, I'm trending. Got 2 splits on deck, I still blow a bag like a rock star. About to kill the game, like a monster. I tried to tell a nigga, remember me. You pussy nigga shouldn't have never fucking doubted me. Remember me. You gon' remember me. I swear to God, nigga. Yeah, they gon' remember me. They gon' remember me. Remember me. I can't believe these pussy niggas